What's up, guys? It's Benny. In a story that is too insane to ignore, a Mexican naval ship, an old throwback Spanish job here with the sails and everything, smashed into the Brooklyn Bridge last night in a horrifying spectacle with people on the masts. What's going on here? Well, let's break it all down. We accidentally went viral last night, posting in an absolutely stunning modern metaphor, a ship blaring Mexican music and flying a massive Mexican flag just got destroyed by the Brooklyn Bridge. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. This footage. I mean, who thought this was a good idea? We'll actually know now why this happened, but it's captured, of course, because it's New York and because it's high peak tourist season. This is captured from every angle. Here you can see the massive Mexican flag that is flying from the ship. This is the ship reversed. Destroyed the bridge. Again, who's in charge here? This was power flickering and going out. Okay, so the official story here is that the ship lost power and was swapped in reverse. You see a tugboat there beside it as it's trying to ferry the boat away from a bridge. The ship is clearly under power, meaning it's not just floating there, it's moving. The motors on the ship must be stuck in reverse. Here's what the point of view from down on the actual ground, because there's a lot of people right at the base of the Brooklyn Bridge. There's a park there.
Oh my God.
And there's a lot of traffic. You can see look at the traffic. There's standstill traffic, as there often is. The Brooklyn Bridge comes up.
Holy crap.
Goodness gracious.
You're gonna hit the dock. The camera! What is going on?
There again, a large and very popular dock
What?
at the base of the Brooklyn Bridge. Very iconic, own right, over 100 years old.
The bridge is shaking out there. We gotta keep moving.
Straddling behind them, massive Mexican flag,
Insane.
chilling the modern metaphor. Many people are renaming the Brooklyn Bridge the Tom Omen Bridge after this. But you can see the boat kind of being brought clear of the dock. Just smashing the dock for more people. It comes to a standstill after smashing through
There's people up
the
there.
bridge and getting really bad. But yeah, people here running, moms grabbing their children and running for their lives. So what's going on here? What actually happened last night? What the hell is this thing, right? This is clearly not a modern ship. And why is it smashing into the most iconic bridge in America? And what does it actually mean? Is it an attack? I mean, we did just see this happen in Baltimore, where the Key Bridge was destroyed entirely by a foreign ship that lost power and smashed into it, right? Is this another attack? You have to ask these questions. So let's freaking go. What's going on here exactly? What the hell is this ship? Why was it even in New York Harbor? Look at how fancy it is. Look at all the lights. Like, what's happening? Okay, so this is a Mexican sail training ship called the Arm Calethco. Okay, whatever. She was built in Spain in 1982. Three sister ships. It appears the ship lost power after casting off. The tug Charles D. McAllister was on hand to assist her departure from the South Street seaport. The ship lost her topmasts, and part of her crew were stationed on them when she hit the Brooklyn Bridge. That's awful. The police and the fire department arrived on the scene to assist in the rescue. The ship was stopped and anchored before hitting the Manhattan Bridge. You can see here the ships themselves. You can see the ship itself smashing in. This is the ship tracker. There you go. So it had just launched. So you can see that. So the ship had just launched right there. That's the one we're tracking here. And it seems to have lost power and then get stuck in reverse. And then smashed in. Goodness. Bad place to launch it, right? This is what it looked like. This is what it was, this is what it was going to do, right? It was here on a, I guess maybe a cultural celebration of Mexican sailing, I suppose. Right? Okay. I guess it was here legally. Although I'll wait for ICE on that one. But yeah, here we go. So this was, maybe it's like this happens all the time. There's like a peacekeeping, good neighbors kind of thing. This is footage from the ship itself. And here are the Mexican crew climbing aboard the masts, and then they stand up on the masts. And they show their little routine here. Look at that. Look at that. So that's what smashed in. Terrible. Watch dramatic footage of a Mexican Navy ship. 200 people crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge. The vessel's 150-foot masts were seen striking the iconic structure, sending debris into the water below. Ship identified as the Catemac was built in Spain in 1982. Used as a training vessel. This is the aftermath. It's terrible. You can see people here on the masts. Some people actually literally hanging, right? Hanging and clinging on for dear life. Goodness gracious. At least 34 are injured. Some are in critical condition. Emergency vehicles were, of course, as expected, gridlocking, moving down to the area underneath the Brooklyn Bridge. People are making memes that it was Joe Biden sailing the vessel. Alex Jones saying, massive ship with Mexican flag hits Brooklyn Bridge. Looks like they were using Common Core math standards to clear the bridge. After all, math is a construct of white supremacy and must be abandoned. More memes. The American Navy has shown up to defend the Brooklyn Bridge against the Mexican Navy. Oh my. Would you watch that? I would. Based on this video, it looks like the ship's engine was stuck in reverse. She appears to be going astern when she struck the Brooklyn Bridge. Brooklyn Bridge, look at this. This is what it normally looks like up there on the sails. It's a showpiece, right? It's a showpiece for recruitment or whatever. Good neighbors, propaganda probably is what this is for the Mexican Navy, I suppose. There were people up there on the masts. It's awful. Yeah, look at that. Goodness. More views. Obviously, it's New York, right? So there's going to be people. How stupid do you have to be to try and sail a ship under the Brooklyn Bridge? I think that it's a guarantee that they weren't trying to sail it under the bridge. Something bad happened here. Pirate ship hitting the Brooklyn Bridge on the 2025 bingo card. What you can see here is the tugboat was desperately trying. The ship was under distress, and the tugboat was desperately trying to push the ship away, right, to help the ship. But unfortunately, couldn't get there in time. Now 2 people have perished after falling from the masts. Here's the news report.
Are dead, dozens injured after a Mexican Navy training ship struck the underside of the Brooklyn Bridge. Look at this video. The ship was carrying 277 people when officials say it lost power, struck the bridge. Authorities say 2 people who died fell from the ship's masts. The Brooklyn Bridge was closed for a short while. Then emergency crews responded. It's since been reopened. CNN's Gloria Pazmino is with me now. Gloria, what's the latest on?
Okay. So that's what's up. Wild stuff to see, man. Yeah, that's right. Fill out the bingo card, dude. All right. Eric Adams said 19 people were injured in the incident, including 2 who died from their injuries. 2 remain in critical condition. It appeared to have veered to the side after passing under the bridge, nearly crashing into the nearby pier, coming to a stop. A mechanical issue may have caused the ship to veer off course and collide with the bridge. Again, we've seen this all before. We've seen this play before. It was about a year ago when this happened in Baltimore. A foreign ship smashed into the bridge and destroyed it. Now, I still firmly believe that this was an attack on our country and this was something that was done on purpose. But this ship lost power under similar circumstances.
We're right next to the Key Bridge.
What's called the Key Bridge in Baltimore. Anyway, they still have absolutely no explanation for this. No one's ever given any reasonable explanation. But here we have footage of the tugboat desperately trying to save this ship. So I guess we'll wait and see. Rescuers scrambled to save dozens, including 20 construction workers. Baltimore's Key Bridge. Everyone died in this accident. That was on a bridge that collapsed. It was terrible. So anyway, that's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to Eric Adams. You can see the horrible aftermath here. Let's go to Eric Adams for the update. Here was the mayor of New York last night.
A total of 277 were on board, and they're properly being taken care of. We're open to a few questions at this time.
Go ahead, wait here. Let's go forward. Go ahead.
Mr. Mayor, we were told by some spectators who say they saw people fall into the water. Is that true? And could you talk about what that recovery process looked like?
Chief?
I'm sorry, no one fell into the water. They were all hurt inside the ship, on top of the ship.
Are any of these injuries life-threatening?
We wouldn't classify them as seriously injured. We wanted the hospital personnel to carry out the determination of how the extent of those injuries. We don't want to put any fear in those who are waiting for their family members because names haven't been released. But right now, we're going to let the medical staff determine the extent of the injuries.
Mayor Adams, could you just talk about again the purpose of this boat being in the water, what its intention was, and how it got taken off course, like where it was originally going?
The ship, from what I was informed by the supervisors of the ship, it was disembarking and going to Iceland.
So it was authorized to be in these waters doing
Yes,
that?
correct. Yes. Anything else, sir?
But it wasn't supposed to go under the Brooklyn Bridge.
I guess it was the pilot that is assigned to navigate, the boat out of the water. I believe there was some mechanical issues that probably caused the ship to hit the water.